What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So, yeah, I'm going to respond to a couple of questions that I had. It was pretty much the same question about, did I hear what Shakur Stevenson said? Yes, I did hear what he said. Listen, well, I didn't hear him say anything. I just saw a post saying that he is retired from boxing and that he will train the next generation of fighters coming in. Now, let me say, that's pure bullshit. I don't believe it. I don't care personally. I think what Shakur is finding out by doing this is that a lot of people really don't care. Like, they really don't. I think it's nothing but a publicity stunt. Let me get them to talking about me. Let me see how they react to this. Now, he might even say he wasn't the one who did it. Who knows? I don't know. It's bullshit. Just like Teofimo Lopez is retired, yet he's still holding a belt. Like, I mean, come on, guys. It's all BS. It's all nonsense. You don't negotiate fights. You don't stick around and do interviews and all of that and talking about other fighters if you're no longer fighting. Now, I haven't seen or heard anything from him. One of the last interviews I seen with Shakur Stevenson was like a split screen when these guys was getting at him for saying that you don't treat Lomachenko and talk shit about him the way you do, black fighters. And pretty much that was like the last thing I saw of him. This is nonsense. Okay, let me explain something to you guys. You're in your 20s, okay, the prime years of your life. You don't have, I don't know what his education background is like, okay, but unless you have something to fall on where you're still not going to make millions of dollars, okay? I don't care if you went to school to be a doctor, okay? But unless you have something solid to fall back on, what is he going to do? Just live off whatever money he's made? And that's it? Mike, I don't believe that nonsense. And trust me, if he really called himself retired, he'll be back real soon. I don't believe this nonsense at all. It's all just BS, man. And this is some circus shit. So I'm not gonna, waste too much time talking about this nonsense. I don't believe that Shakur Stevenson is retired. I believe he's doing this for just to see the reaction that he gets. And I don't know, maybe he want to see if people really care if he retires. And I really don't think that they do. To be honest with you, I don't really think that they really care. I think that what happens with Shakur is this, right? When Shakur was doing what he was doing, and he was looking like, he had people saying, oh, he'll beat Tank, he'll beat Haney, he's the only one that can beat Tank and all of that. And then he had a performance against, Del Santos, which he basically didn't look his best. And, he was talking about he's going to rematch him and see what happens when I rematch him and I'm not injured. Like, now all of a sudden the excuses come out. He sat there and said in the ring, no excuses. But now he's saying he was injured in the fight and he's going to show the difference when he's injured versus when he's not. And like, man, come on, bro. Now you starting to like, you for one, you must have forgot that you said no excuses. Two, that's water under the bridge. You still got the W, right? Now you want to talk people into believing that you were injured. Man, just let it go. Just let it go. You could easily just simply say, I'm telling you, the immaturity in people, they don't understand. You turn people off. You might light a fire under other immature people, but it's really not necessary. You could have very easily just said, look, I want to rematch Del Santos. I want to rematch him. He gave me a good fight, and let's do it again. You could have stood there in the ring and said you were injured. So if you was worried about not getting booed or of getting booed and you didn't want to get booed, maybe you felt like, let me let some time go by, then I'll tell everybody how I was injured. And like, bro. And the thing is, for you guys to come up with this I was injured nonsense after all the shit y'all talk, it's like people get tired of that nonsense. So I don't, all the things that he say and do. All the things that he say and do, and when when you arrogant and you cocky and you talk like you on top of the world, and then something happens to you that you don't think could happen to you, or something happens to you again that you told yourself would never happen again, and you find yourself in a situation where instead of just saying, hey man, he put up a good fight, I was injured, now you were injured, okay? And I mean, you went from saying, people said I fought scared, Dos Santos, he fought just as scared as I did. I mean, damn. So when the story keeps changing from one thing to the next, it doesn't have to. If the man put up a good fight and you were injured and you feel like that's the reason why, okay, you're saying that and you want to prove it to people you claim. Now all of a sudden you're retiring. Well, that will make people go, well, you're a coward and a liar, because you claim you was going to rematch Dos Santos to show everybody that you was injured, and when you're not injured, what you could do and all of that. Then he was talking about how people don't want to fight Dos Santos. Okay, well, wait a minute. So one minute you're saying you were injured, right? Now you're saying, then you were saying he fought just as scared as you did. Now you're sitting here saying nobody wants to fight him, as if, yeah, he's a good fighter. Okay, so you could have just said, hey, look, the dude gave me a good fight. I don't see nobody else calling him out. You come with, now you were injured. And I think that people just really look at Shakur now like, man, listen. So now when Tank Davis said for him to have a fight or two to get interest back in the fight, people would still have interest. It would just be more in Tank. And it'll make them, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they all took back that whole I know they did. I've heard people. I've seen comments where I take that shit back. I used to think he could beat Tank, but nah, Tank will wash him. And I'm like, listen, bottom line is this. The best need to fight the best. So here's a man in his damn 20s talking about he's retired. I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened before, but I think it's all BS. And pretty much, he only hurting himself if he retires. He's only hurting himself. Like, what's the purpose? We're just going to wait. What is with him, T.O., all these younger 20-something-year-olds acting like really stupid? You're wasting time out of your life. You're just wasting time doing nothing, right? So if that's the route he wants to take, so be it. That's going to be on him, but I don't believe it. I think it's all bullshit. It's nothing but cap. And for him to even take that route to say he's retiring and he's going to stick around and train the next generation, okay, well, good luck to you. We know that that's all bullshit, though. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.